beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Sounds of Her Love. We are here eating some toast, Saturday morning, getting ready to go on our day out with Carrie. She apathetically examines the toast before her, putting it in her mouth soon after, a move which bars her from joining the typical morning commotion. So, Michiko, who are you meeting then? It's that girl you were on about, isn't it? You should really bring her home one of these days. Hell, I don't even know her name. Her name is Caradwin. So I see. My father goes back to eating his toast. However, my mother continues to converse with me. I'm glad you're making more friends, Michiko. As if she couldn't make me sound like any more of a loner. Oh yes, son, did you remember to pack that book I gave you? Of course I did. That's my boy. A quick glance at the clock on the wall tells me it's approaching 9:45. I ought to set off. I don't have to leave this early since it's only a short walk away from my house. However, getting to see Carrie for just a little bit longer will probably do me some good. I bet she'll be there early too. I wave goodbye to my parents, both of whom continue to eat their breakfast and discuss trivial topics, which don't necessarily concern me. A cold breeze meets my face as I open the door and step out into the world. Oh, she's already here. Soon enough at my side, I catch Kiri's blonde braids swaying softly in the wind as she twiddles her thumbs and waits for me. That's blonde? Looks like a brown to me. Caramel. She hasn't noticed me approaching yet, but she soon will. I don't think I'll be able to cover her eyes and surprise her. Oh, that would be so cute, though. As I approach her, something weird is made apparent. She's still wearing her school uniform, even though it's a Saturday. I have to admit, it does look good on her, but I was hoping to see her wearing something casual. Maybe I should ask her about it. She turns her head towards my direction and finally takes notice of me, looking visibly startled even though I'm still nowhere near her yet. My hands glide through the wind as I wave to her, slowly but surely making my way beside her. Hey, Carrie.
Hello?
How long have you been waiting for? I knew she would arrive before me, but I wouldn't want her to have waited for too long.
Oh, not long.
That's good. She could just be saying that to make me less concerned, but I'll still trust her.
Shall we get going then?
Carrie takes the initiative and I give her a truthful response. Yes, I'd love to. Carrie blushes at my answer. I really don't want to go on this trip with her. Wait, what? I really don't want to go... Wait, what? Wait, Carrie. I'm not really sure whether this is a good time to give it to her, but it's agonizing to keep waiting. I really want her to have it. I have something to give you. Pulling the book out of my coat, I present it to Carrie, a similar fashion as when she presented hers to me. Maybe not in such a passionate way as she did, but the passion is certainly there within my fingertips. Carrie stands still, taken aback. She curiously peers towards the book, reaching out and tracing it with the tip of her index finger. She softly brushes mine in the process, going right after the surface of her fingers meet one another.
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. She looks up towards me and her eyes meet. Her amber irises? Shimmer in the morning light, which are too soon diverted back towards the book within my hands.
Can I really have this?
Of course. It's a present. You can keep it. Carrie tightens her fingers around the book once again, brushing her smooth skin against mine. This time she doesn't apologize. However, she can't help but blush once more as her cheeks bloom like a rose in spring.
How did you know I liked this offer?
Well, they wrote the book you gave me before. It was quite worn, so I assumed you've read it multiple times. Anyway, let's get going. We wouldn't want to miss the train.
You're right.
Carrie and I walk towards the train station, side by side. In a way, she's acting as my guide as I still don't know my way around. I can't help but take a few glances at her whenever possible. She herself does the same, peering towards me from time to time. This is so cute! This is making my heart so happy. It's like young love. The trip into the city was long, but it sure was enjoyable. Carrie and I did not converse much, but it wasn't as if either of us was interested in the other. An enjoyable silence. Carrie takes me through the city, trying to stay as close to me as she can, despite her taking the lead. It's confusing, sure, but I wouldn't be one to argue against it.
We're almost there.
She continues to weave through the urban sprawl as we make our way towards the library she had planned on visiting. The way she walks is quite cute in its own way, as she takes small dainty strides making light footsteps, which tap quietly against the pavement. Finally, she stops and turns towards me, almost making me bump into her.
Sorry.
She looks visibly upset about the ordeal, so I calm her down as always. It's alright, Carrie.
Okay. Anyway, we're here now.
I look to my left to see a modern building with a signage designating it as a town's public library. The exterior is fairly clean, so perhaps it is newly built.
I preferred the old one. The stonework was pretty. No, this one is good too.
Carrie gives me her thoughts on the building, confirming my suspicions on the date of construction. It's no surprise, urban area is always changing. Shall we go inside?
Sure. You should have brought your uniform. They give discounts to students.
So that's why she's wearing it. Certainly it'd be simpler for her to say she is a student anyway. Though pretending to be a regular high schooler on the Japanese curriculum works, even though she looks far from it. I wasn't planning on buying any books anyway, even if I wanted one. I take it out on a lease anyway. As the pair would make our way inside the building, we were greeted to the warmth of the heating alongside the treacherous smell of books you'd expect in a library.
I just want to look around. I probably won't get anything. I have the one you gave me after all.
Aww. Carrie's cheeks glow a bright shade of crimson as she states the fact to me. Maybe the actual fact of the matter is that she wasn't just planning on going to the library, and she just wanted to invite me out. Well, it's a possibility. I want to do more with her, but just coming here is enough. Seeing her cute demeanor on the weekend is a treat in and of itself. The two of us stroll through the library together, with Carrie taking me between the bookshelves as she plans for anything that might pique her interest. I can't help but watch her eyes dart from the shelf to shelf as she looks keenly at the covers of each book. She finally reaches out towards something, gracefully clasps the book within her grip. Found something?
It's a book about gardening. I like flowers, so I thought it would become another hobby.
Many hobbies. How does this girl have?
We could get going now if you'd like. I can't find any books that would top the one you gave me.
Carrie shoots me a smile, one which pierces my heart. She guides me towards a digital checkout in which she swipes the book and places it within a bag. It's strange to think that even libraries have self-service nowadays. The world sure is changing. Is that real? Are there libraries with self-service checkout?
Shall we go then?
Because I haven't gone to one. I mean, there's Books A Million. That's not really a library, but there's no self-checkout there. At least not mine. Yes, let's. Side by side, Carrie and I walk out of the library. Both of the books in her bag cause it to sway as she takes step after step. We come to find ourselves outside of the library, since neither of us had really planned on doing anything afterwards.
My horoscope said today would be a good day.
Do you guys believe in horoscopes? I used to read that crap every morning in middle school just to read it. Sometimes it was okay, like it was cool, but then other days it's like, this is fake. Your horoscope. For some reason, Carrie brings up her horoscope. Not that I mind, but it's a pretty abstract topic to bring up out of the blue. Well, was it?
It was.
Carrie eagerly explains the fact, causing herself to blush. Alongside her, I also go red. I would never have thought I could have brought so much satisfaction to someone. When is your birthday anyway, Carrie? I asked her simply because I want to know more about her. If I don't know her birthday, how am I supposed to get her a present?
My birthday? September 3rd. I'm a Virgo.
So her birthday wasn't even that long ago. Happy belated birthday?
Thank you. When's yours?
She wants to know my birthday as well. I may as well tell her. Number of month? 4. Oops, I did it wrong! Well, wait, I don't understand. Here. April 18th is my birthday, guys. Pretty soon. My birthday is on the 4th. That's wrong. Whatever. It's April 4th.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I'll add
April
it to the calendar
April
on my
18th.
phone.
Sorry. Speaking of phones, I really need a contact picture for Carrie. Well, I just want a photo of her, but still. Carrie, can I take a photo of you for your contact picture?
What?
Carrie looks shocked at my statement and moves herself back slightly, but it doesn't stop me from bringing my phone up and taking the shot. Her expression in the photo isn't a happy one, but she still looks pretty cute. I'll keep it.
I don't like having my photo taken.
Come on, you look good in it. Turning my phone screen to face Carrie, I show her the photo. She still doesn't look particularly happy about it, but I don't think she's angry.
Alright. I'll let you keep it. But only because it's you.
Aww. Her statement takes me aback. Carrie herself seems pretty composed about it. I'll buy it, just blushing slightly. Anyway, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Anything else? I'm not sure. Have you got any ideas?
Well, I asked her since I couldn't really come up with anything myself. Though, with a bit of thought, I don't know, thought it shouldn't be that hard to find something to do. Have a look around town, go home. Why would you go home? Look around town. How about we have a look around town for a bit? I wouldn't want to go home early. So Carrie nods her head in agreement, making her reddened cheeks more noticeable.
Me neither.
We walk together, heading away from the library without a sense of direction. We'll end up somewhere. Both of us just want to spend more time with the other. Carrie's braids rest over her shoulders, brushing against her body as each luxuriant strand gleams in the sunlight. It is a nice sight, but I do wonder what she would look like with her hair down. Pretty, I assume. Time flows forward as Carrie and I wander around town together at a temperate pace. We look within the windows of stores and occasionally make comments on what we see. Carrie slows to a halt as we stroll by another store. This is the first store that has gotten her this mesmerized, so I turn to face the store as well. A music store. Carrie stares at the building as if enchanted by its aura. By the looks of it, it's been here for quite a while. It has a traditional sign in printed glass which has worn over the years. Beyond the glass, though, is this thing I can only assume Carrie is fascinated by. She takes steps towards the window, closing herself in on it. Her palms meet the glass as she touches the window, almost in awe. Behind it sits a large gold-trimmed harp. The polish on the wood mirrors Carrie's enthralled face, as it stands before us grandiosely, staring back at her. You can play the harp, can't you? Carrie moves her face away from the glass, turning to face me, whilst still maintaining her upbeat expression, one of pure happiness.
I'm glad you remember, but I wasn't looking at the harp.
You weren't?
No. That gramophone on the level below it? I've never seen one before.
To think she was this enthralled by a piece of outdated technology, when there is the best-looking harp I've ever seen sitting right before her. I'm not going to blame her for it, though.
The harp I own. It's much grander than that one.
Oh, fancy. How rich is this girl? Sure, you need money to get into our school, but a harp like that bounds to cost thousands. Carrie and I turn around with her, seemingly satisfied with the amount of gramophone exposure she has received. A brief glance at my watch tells me it's getting pretty late. Despite wanting to stay with Carrie for longer, I wouldn't want to worry my parents either. If my dad calls me, he might ask to speak to her if he can tell she's there. Carrie, it's getting pretty late. Shall we head home?
Okay.
With that, the two of us walk together towards the same station we arrived at. Carrie seems as happy as I am about this trip, with her lips still curled softly into a smile as the setting sun shines upon her. The sky is noticeably darker than before as we walk through the street where we first met. Today certainly was enjoyable, both of us finding satisfaction just by being with each other. Carrie looks at me with a blush. My guess is that she's probably going to ask me something.
Would you like to come to my house for dinner?
Wow! She's inviting me to her house? That's a pretty bold thing to ask. Technically, we did just go on a date, but in reality, it was more of a trip to the library as friends. This, though, I don't know what to say. Carrie probably doesn't realize it's foreignness herself. That or I am overcomplicating it. Well, I guess we're both overcomplicating it, aren't we, buddy boy? I have dinner at her house. Is having dinner at her house really such an abstract concept to me? Maybe going with her on this trip has given me a few thoughts I didn't have before. Either way, I can't just go over there without asking my parents first. Pulling up my phone and giving Carrie my answer. Sure, let me just tell my parents where I'll be. Carrie gives me a nod as I wait for someone to pick up on the other end of the line. My house isn't even that far from here, so I could have just walked in and told them. This, though, is easier, despite it costing money. Wait, what? Hello? Unexpectedly, my sister answers the place of either my mom, mother, or father. Sis, where's mom and dad? They've gone out to dinner. They never told me anything about that. Well, will you be fine on your own? I'll be out for a bit, too. Yeah, I'll get to play my music extra loud. Just don't disturb the neighbors, okay? Don't worry, I won't. I'll tell Mom and Dad that you're gone somewhere with a girl, okay? She ends her sentence with a laugh, even though I really am going somewhere with a girl. Alright, whatever. I'll see you later. Sure. She hangs up before I can, leaving me holding the phone next to my ear, listening to silence. The warmth of my pocket greets my hand as I put it away, turning to face Carrie, who is still observing me intently. Shall we go then?
Sure. I'll lead the way.
She's pretty bold. She's probably like me, where I'm an introvert, but then when I get comfortable with a person, bold out the heck. Bold out the heck. The cool late evening air brushes my bemused face. Carrie and I idle outside our house, a rather plain and generic building. The thoughts of her living in an elaborate mansion dissipate from my mind. The building is nothing short of a nice house. I just expected that it would be a bit fancier.
Should we go inside?
Carrie calls out to me from my side, giving the signal that she's ready to go in. She's composed, a contrast with her prior shyness, though the bloom of her red on her cheeks is still all too apparent. It's the thing that will always suit her. Certainly. Our shoes meet the ground in unison, her taking a step forward into a place she's accustomed to. Me, however, walking into a new experience, something cherishable. I've been to people's houses plenty of times, just not any girls. Standing before the door, a thought flutters into my head, whilst Carrie's fingers wrap around its silver handle. Coming here, I'm bound to meet her family, aren't I? Did she even tell them that she would plan on inviting me over? If so, I would have done a lot more to make myself look more impressionable. Caressing the handle lightly, Carrie twists her key delicately and pulls it down. The warmth from the inside meets us a bit by bit. What? The warmth from the inside soon meets us as bit by bit the door opens. Carrie taking the first step through, escorting me in.
Well, we're here.
Carrie's smile is one of many treats I've been given today. She plays with her hair, eyes directly towards me, anticipating a response. Now that we're under a brighter light, I can see her face much more clearer. I still can't get enough of it, despite being lost for words. One thing does make it out of my mouth. You look pretty cute. What the heck, guy? Carrie is instantly taken aback, looking as if she's trying as hard as she can to mutter up a response. The dad! Thank you, I made her myself. A suited man appears out of the blue, startling me slightly. It's natural, of course. Him appearing, that is. Getting caught off guard like that isn't a virtue. This must be Carrie's father. The man himself, a foreigner like Carrie, carries a thick accent that differs from hers. They're Welsh, but Carrie seems to be a lot more understandable, at least when she does speak. The majority of time, her sentences are broken into pieces as she stumbles around her words. A hindrance, but a fairly cute one at that. Her father's voice, however, is grittier and gravely. It's not as stereotypical as the accent is portrayed as by far, but hearing him speak Japanese would probably mortify me. Luckily enough, we're all used to speaking English. You must be that friend Carrie had told me about. She was really keen on having you over. Carrie blushes at her father's statement. It's not like Carrie to bring me here on a whim, so I wasn't wrong in guessing that she had planned this evening in advance. Yes, it's nice to meet you too, Mr. Irwood. My pleasure. I am glad you are getting along so well with my daughter. It's understandable that he is. After what Carrie had told me, she had never made any friends during her stay at school. Being a parent and seeing that would leave anyone concerned, though the opposite is true as well. Knowing your daughter's first true friend there is a guy has probably left him having a couple of questions. Even though he seems fairly friendly, I wouldn't blame him if he had any suspicions. One thing that is quite odd is the absence of Carrie's mother. Not that she wouldn't be in work, it's just odd that Carrie hadn't brought her up. I don't think her mom's alive. She never talked much about her father either. It's a nice thing to meet her family. In a way, I am learning more about Carrie herself than anything. Her experiences and those close to her. I guess her family is all she has when outside of school, at least until I came along. I still feel inclined about asking where her mother is. It's weird, but my mind can't help ruminate over her. Carrie herself must have had an attractive mother to turn out the way she is. Though I wouldn't tell her that. I'm not an expert in genetics either. Well, I can't help it. She's a really interesting person. A nice one, too. Carrie reddens at my statement. At this point, anything I could say about her will make her blush. Not only because of her timidness, there's nothing negative to say either. I'm glad you think so. I'll go ahead and set the table, make yourself feel at home. Though, don't make it your home. I'd expect you to pay rent otherwise. His joke is lost on me, but I still draw a smile on my face as to act polite and feign a response. Carrie herself seems pretty amused by the joke, covering her mouth to see her faint but girlish giggles. I guess dad jokes are only effective when they are actually coming from your father. But I thought that was funny. Mine acts like one big joke. Mine acts like one big joke himself half the time. Your dad's funny, man. My dad has, I don't know if he had dad jokes, but my dad has horrible pronunciations. Like the tick-tock of a clock, he says a hot dog of a clock. What? Dad, what? Mr. Irwood leaves a pair of us standing by the doorway, giving me the moment to converse with Curie in private. I wanted to ask about her mother, though whether I should is a questionable act in its own. I don't think we should, to be honest, but let's ask, I guess. I have different lives I can live. I'll ask. It's something I'd like to know. Leaving it unanswered will make me more inquisitive as the night goes on. It might not be polite, but it's a surefire way to get an answer. Curie, where's your mother? Is she still at work? Curie stalls her answer, looking at me disdainfully, before turning her head aside, a sharp contrast with what I'm normally used to. The elephant in the room is making itself increasingly apparent, but I don't think addressing it did.
I don't want to talk about her.
Okay.
Come on. Let's go in for dinner.
Oh, she sounds angry. Angry. Don't ask anything. Hesitation catches me, reeling me in like a fish. Carrie stands bemused, looking towards me as always. Her soft cheeks have lost their rosy color for a moment ago. However, she still timidly fusses with her hair as the light above shines down.
Shall we sit? My father is a great cook.
Excuse me. Your what? Shines down upon her. I'm not that interested in her father's cooking. I didn't come here for that. I came here to spend more time with her, so her offer is still more than tempting. Yes, I think it's a good idea, Carrie. The dining room was spacious, the walls plastered with the Western decor and sports memorabilia. The table, mahogany, makes itself distinct as light reflects off of its polished finish. It looks expensive, topped with various plates and cutlery, more than ready to present whatever is on the menu today. Carrie's father had never told us what it was that we're having.
We like to keep touch with our heritage. Outside, we try our best to adapt, though.
Carrie must have caught me gazing around the room. Several photos of sports teams line the wall, possibly rugby by the looks of it. I'm sure it's a national sport. She must have had a hard time adapting to a new country, though I'm not sure how long she's been here. I'll refrain from asking. Now's the time to savor the moment with her. I can understand. Connecting with your heritage is an important thing. The only reason I go to our school is to do just that. My mother made me. Come to think of it, I've never told Carrie about me being half English.
Your heritage? You're only half Japanese, aren't you?
I don't look like the typical Japanese male by any sense, so it was only reasonable that she would conclude that. I'm half English, though I've never actually been there. Born and raised in Japan.
Interesting. Your English is pretty good.
Well, my father made me learn it every day, even though he's Japanese. I'm sure he thinks he's English, though. He only reads and publishes books in English. He even married an English woman. I'm sure he would have moved there if his company needed someone to act as a foreign representative. Thanks? Carrie giggles at my awkward response, with the two of us sitting down at the table together. An act I never have expected to be doing with her, not even a week ago. Things have gone by so fast, it's unreal.
You know, I enjoy spending time with you. I didn't have anyone to speak to like this before. This week has been fun. Thank you.
Carrie unexpectedly gives me her gratitude, stiffling me slightly as her words cause my face to go red. At least I'll assume it is. I can't really tell. Inside, I am blushing though. A blush caused by Carrie, when it's usually me who makes her blush. Still, her boldness isn't lost on me, in a social sense at least. Carrie is trying her hardest tonight to make me feel welcomed in. She's probably savoring the moment herself. I'll take the initiative and thank her. My pleasure. I've enjoyed it. Carrie herself blushes, though I feel as if it's more of an appreciative one rather than one of embarrassment or shyness, one with more importance to it. Mr. Irwood, Carrie's father, walks back into the room carrying a plate in each hand, both of them topped with the same meal. Beef, diced potatoes, and a selection of vegetables, all topped with gravy, even though neither of us asked for any. After a long but undoubtedly enjoyable day with Carrie, I have found myself craving a nice meal. Maybe it's just a smell, but it's certainly something I can appreciate. This entire day had led me to find myself closer to Carrie. With her closer to me, she wouldn't have thanked me for being her friend otherwise. Nobody else has done that. though I've never had many friends myself either. Moving to school would usually worsen my situation, though I found myself meeting Carrie from doing so. There are no complaints. The three of us began our meals, quieting down to focus on our plates. The taste matches the smell. The rich beef complements the soft potatoes as two amalgamati what? On my taste buds. So I bet you're wondering how a Welsh family comes to Japan then. I wasn't, but avoiding this dining table talk wouldn't make me look good at Carrie's father. I hear they're getting a work permit. I hear that getting a work permit is pretty hard, so getting permanent residence must have been quite a feat. Oh, trust me, it was. Originally, I was supposed to only be here for a few years as an engineer, though I just found myself liking the place, so I decided to stay. It seems like he has a well-paying job, if he can afford to migrate here and send Carrie to our school. He seems like a pretty nice guy, to be quite honest. Hopefully he thinks the same of me, and to an extent anyway. Being the guy his daughter has just dragged home, I wouldn't want him to dislike me. More so since his daughter is Carrie, making a bad impression isn't an option. Just as I'm about to finish my meal, the sound of ringing chimes through the walls from another room. A phone call. Excuse me, let me just take this. Mr. Irwood rises from his seat, leaving me and Carrie alone to ourselves once again. It would be a rude thing to say that I'm glad he is gone, but it's only because I get to spend extra time with Carrie. Alone, that is. Carrie remains silent next to me, much to my displeasure. I thought it would be easy to come up with a topic to talk about, but right now Carrie seems disinterested in my presence. A sad look coats her face, despite its beauty, if I could call it that. The fact that her expression has shifted from a once happy and content one to one of disillusion is making me concerned. The cause of Carrie's dejection is soon apparent. Through the walls flows the sound of Carrie's father, a sound of anger. I try to make out some of the words. Why is it my fault? You're the one that decided to ruin everything. We have a daughter, you know. Have you ever taken her thoughts into consideration? My own mood plummets, taking in one word after another. This is the reason that Carrie's mother isn't here. The relationship between her parents had been crumbling before her, by the sounds of it. I really don't want to get myself caught up in this. I'm irresponsible? Says the one who decided to get themselves shit-faced and pounded by their ex. Oh, shoot. The evening should have not gone in this direction. Carrie's father is probably kicking himself now that the dinner has been disrupted. It's not very impressionable to argue with your wife in front of guests. I won't blame him for getting carried away. Feeling a tug on my arm, I see Carrie's slender fingers grasping my sleeve as she gently pulls on it, still carrying that same sad expression, the one that hurts me. I don't want to see her like this. However, what is going on between her parents concerns me. I don't want Carrie to experience the sadness behind that face of hers. When listening for a bit really hurt. It's none of my business when my heart is on fire. No, man, that's rude. You don't do that. Go with Carrie. Carrie continues to pull on my sleeve, conveying her signal to me, one of sadness and sorrow. She must want to speak to me about something. I rest my hand upon hers and I give her a nod, after which she stands with me and the pair of us leave the dining room for the lounge. Come to a standstill, Carrie turns towards me as we both remain still in the center of the room. Nothing but a small lamp illuminates the space between us, giving Carrie a sad, melancholic face, an orange tint as she looks towards me.
Please, forget about what you heard tonight. I didn't want to get you involved in all this.
Carrie still looks towards me with those woeful feelings deep within her eyes. Seeing her like this is really upsetting. What we've gone through over the past several days means a lot to me. I'll do anything I can do to make her happy, even if I can't resolve the issue. Carrie, I don't want to see you like this. Please, if there's anything I can do for you.
Please, just stop!
What? Carrie's voice is sharp as if it's tainted with anger.
It's complicated. I didn't mean to get angry. It's just her.
Carrie resents her mother. This woman must have caused her so much stress. This process is painful for everyone, but seeing someone go through this, it's something I can't stand. I want to be there for her. Carrie, you're an important friend to me.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay. I'll tell you. You're an important friend to me too. Follow me.
Follow you? Okay. Follow down the bunny hole. Carrie leads me out of the lounge without giving me a clue as to where it is she is taking me. Clearly, she wants me to know more. She wants me to be there for her. Knowing that my words reached her is what makes me more than happy. Carrie, a person I have grown to enjoy the company of, is leading me higher towards the upper floor of her house. Our relationship has blossomed unexpectedly, flowering a friendship both of us cherish with nothing but pure passion. I can only assume she is leading me to her bedroom. An action which would be typically suitable for this situation is for me to get flustered, overcomplicating things by assuming the most raunchy and far-off situation. She wants to talk, though. That I can tell from what that I can tell from what we were subject downstairs. It's obvious that she wants to address it. Not addresses. So, Carrie, not Siri. I want to say Siri. Carrie leads from in front, forcing me to divert my head in an act of politeness as to not look up her skirt. Oh, right, because that's the thing. Anyway, this is where we're stopping for today, the climax of learning about her mommy. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.